Hello and welcome to today's live community coaching conversation. Today we are going to be talking about intermittent fasting because that's what we talk about here, and why your mindsets around intermittent fasting and about intermittent fasting, I'm going to check to make sure my mic's on here, is really important in regards to how successful you will be with creating this lifestyle for yourself. So if you're new, welcome. My name is Diane Parham. I am the creator of the Intermittent Fasting for Today's Aging Woman course and community. And here we talk about all things intermittent fasting and the mindset that we need to have to create a healthy life for ourselves. So if you're joining us on Facebook, make sure you hit that follow button and make sure that you are set up for notifications so you will know when we go live. And if you're joining us on YouTube, welcome. I always appreciate you guys as well. Make sure you have hit that subscribe button and you hit that little bell notification. That way, when I upload new content, we go live, or I remind you about stuff we have going on in our community, you will get a notification and you will always stay in the loop. Okay, so today we're going to talk about mindset being the important factor to consider or really work on when you're trying to incorporate any lifestyle changes for yourself where you want to see some improvement. But here we're going to talk about it in the sense of intermittent fasting, because one of the biggest things holding women, especially because that's who I work with, back from sticking to this lifestyle, even when they have seen and felt results from it, is because of how they are managing or not managing their mindset and their thoughts about what it is they're doing. And a lot of this happened to people last winter. So we're going to focus a lot on mindset leading up to this winter, because there is a lot of stress in the world right now, and how we kind of compartmentalize and process through that in our own mind is going to determine how we as individuals who may not even be personally affected by that stress might come out the other side of it not happy with the results. So we're going to work on how we manage the thoughts we have. So mindset is basically a set of beliefs, right, that shape how you or we make sense of the world and ourselves, right? So like I said, there's a lot of stress going on in the world right now. There's a lot of chaos. There's a lot of things that we feel ourselves that lead to thoughts that we have in our brain, right? Or the thoughts we have in our brain around the things are going to determine how we feel. And if we're not good with managing that, that's when we turn to food or exiting decisions that we made when those things weren't happening that were serving us, and we leave those things because now we have a new set of feelings, right? So we want to make sure we're working on our mindset. Let me get this banner out of here so that you guys can see the bottom part. Okay, so self-trust mindset. So when we bring the mindset really personalized to us and who we are as people, is when we trust ourself or yourself and believe in your capabilities. So this is where I want us to think a lot today, right? In the self-trust mindset. And this is particularly important when we're talking about making lifestyle changes that are different from anything that we've done in the past, but we're carrying our past with us, right? So if you are a person who believes your mindset is you failed at diets before, you're not capable of losing weight and keeping it off, you don't know how to feed yourself, you don't know how to choose food, you can't imagine giving up certain things in your life, there's no way that you can fast for X amount of hours because you don't have the belief system or the trust in your capabilities that you can do it this time and actually find success with it, right? So the mindset is the set of beliefs that we have, but the self-trust mindset is very personal to us, and a lot of the past beliefs or the past experiences that we've had that we haven't managed yet in our mindset, and we're dragging them, often referred to as like when we have baggage that we're carrying around with us. And this is really, really applicable to women, especially in this midlife season, because we have just that many more experiences that we have stuffed away in that suitcase or that luggage or that baggage that we're carrying along with us. So why mindset matters. So your thoughts about, in this situation, intermittent fasting or whatever the thing is, right, lead to how you feel about those things. So again, the thing with intermittent fasting that is so like perplexing for people is that they can't imagine going X amount of hours without food because they've never done that before, right? And so if your thoughts are, oh my gosh, there's no possible way I could do it, I'm going to starve to death, what about getting all the nutrients? How am I ever going to get all the calories that I need? And so all of those thoughts are going to create feelings, right? And feelings create these sensations, right? Like we often get kind of pulled in, we get tense, we kind of, I always say we kind of cower forward, and then we think that there's no possible way, and all of that energy creates that negative mindset, and right, the trust part that we tend to lean into is the proof that we failed before, right? So we have a lot of trust in our capabilities of not being successful. So how in the world can something that is so far off from what I've done before ever work for me? Because I just don't have that trust because it's never been something that I've done, right? So we want to pay attention to those thoughts that we have in our head and what happens to us. How do we feel when we have those thoughts that don't let us believe we can be successful at something? So those feelings then, so if you're like this, right, and you're feeling tense and you're feeling doubtful about something, those feelings then lead to the decisions that we're going to make, right? And remember, decisions lead to either us doing something or not doing anything, right? So we have the people who jump all into something like intermittent fasting, and then we have the people that say there's absolutely no way, or you go in with what I say, like 1 foot in the door, 1 foot out, right? Because you have those thoughts in your head and they're making you feel insecure or scared or doubtful or not confident about your ability to make decisions to take care of yourself, right? And then those things will create the results. So the decisions then will create the results, and the results can be either positive or negative. I've tried that before, it doesn't work for me. Or I've tried that before and I had great results. But if you haven't really worked on your mindset and then something in life comes up and now your default is self-sabotage or stress eat or whatever it is that happens to us when we don't feel secure in the decisions we're making, then we end up with those negative results. And then that starts that kind of downward spiral of carrying around just more baggage of self-doubt. So we want to make sure that we work on this with anything that we're doing in life. But if you can manage this with something like intermittent fasting, I promise you the same exercise can work in any area of your life. And if you can master it with something as simple as intermittent fasting, imagine all of the things that are going to open up for you in the rest of your life. So then let's talk about what a meal plan is, right? Because I've said that mindset is so much more important than your meal plan when you're considering something like intermittent fasting. So what's a meal plan? So a meal plan is just basically the food that we plan out to serve a purpose or to simplify our life. So a lot of people follow meal plans because of a diet that they have committed to, right? It's the paleo diet, it's the ketogenic diet, it's the carnivore diet, it's the no sugar diet, it's the detox diet. So it's a plan that's established that you follow. And it has food, right? So that's all a meal plan is. And oftentimes people plan out their food to simplify their life. So you put thought and effort into your food choices. That's all a meal plan is. But because the diet industry and the food industry is such a lucrative industry for everyone else except the consumer, meal plans can be developed and advertised as super complicated so that we feel helpless without them. But what if we created our own meal plan that allowed us to have the mindset of success, right? Like, because we're making the choices based on what it is that we want for our life. So mindset work first, then our meal plan decisions. What happens when we do it in this order, and oftentimes this aspect of making any kind of lifestyle improvements is left out, and we really default to someone deciding for us what they think that we should do without us considering our own personal choices, right? So what if we make decisions about our lifestyle that move us toward what we say we really want? And you get to this aspect, right? You get to this really wants part when you do that work up there, right? Because what most people want is to lose weight. What most people want is to tell them how to eat. What most people want is the easy, I don't want to think or feel anything, I just want the result. But the really wants, I want to be available for my family as I age. I want to age successfully. I don't want to start having limitations because of how I'm caring for myself. I want to be an active and available participant in my life as I age. Like, I want to be around for my grandkids. Like, when push comes to shove, that's what women really want, right? We have to make sure that we're doing this work to get to this, so that we can look and feel our best and live our most authentic life, right? This is not an authentic life. This right here is what creates the authenticity in the life that we're living, because we're doing the work based on the thoughts that we're having about what it is we say we really want, how that makes us feel. I promise you, if you get to the really want part, you will feel like this. You'll feel excited. Your chin will be up. You'll be enthusiastic about starting your day. You'll be excited about the anticipation of the results that you're going to receive, because they're big picture results. When you work on just the want, oftentimes those are very superficial desires. They're usually short-lived goals that you're trying to achieve, and they don't make you really feel anything that's going to be life-changing. It's this aspect that is going to change your life when you get to the really part, because that's when you start to feel the emotions that are going to make you think differently about what you're about to approach. Oftentimes people don't think, they go right to the feeling aspect of things. And if you're not in control of how you feel, then the thoughts, once they change, are going to lead you down a path that you're not happy with. Okay, this right here is the intermittent fasting for today's aging woman philosophy, right? Do the mindset work first. Figure out what it is you really want for yourself, so that when you incorporate an intermittent fasting lifestyle, it will stand the test of time. It will be that thing that no matter what's going on in the world outside of you, you will stick to the plan that you've created for yourself, because you know what it's going to get for you, and that is what you say you really want. Remember, intermittent fasting, it's not a diet, right? It's a timing thing. When you understand just the basic core principles of the science that is behind intermittent fasting, it is the easiest way to live your life. You spend 20 hours of your day, or whatever window you choose, fasting, where you do nothing, right? You have no choices or minimal choices to make. Then when you open up your feasting window and you have that 4 or 6 or 8 or whatever window you choose, our time frame to eat, this part right here should not be the thing that's tripping you up. Because if you build your meal plan around what it is that you say you really want, food's easy. Food is so easy, because you will never let food be the thing that's going to keep you from what it is you say you really want, because food's just simple, right? Food is used to nourish our body. Food should allow us to look and feel our best. Food should be part of how we live our life most authentically. And if you look at it from that standpoint, as opposed to the standpoint of trying to find a perfect meal, what food is good, what food is bad, what someone else down the street is doing, what someone else on the internet is telling you need to eat if it's the 12th of December or whatever it is that people are trying to do to make it super complicated, I promise you that you will feel like it's not your authentic way of living your life, and it will be a short-lived experience. And then we go back to that mindset, or we go back to that place where we don't have the self-trust, right? Because we're like, oh, there's another thing I didn't figure out, that there's another thing I failed at. There's another thing. Yep, I'm just that person that can't keep weight off. Yep, I'm just that person. And the self-trust mindset is not going to be the thing that you can lean on and the thing that you can count on and the thing that will serve you to actually get what it is you say you want. This is what I love teaching women here in our community, because the mindset aspect of anything that you do in your life is going to be the determining factor of how successful you feel in what it is you're choosing to do, or how unsuccessful you feel in what it is you're choosing to do. And that all starts here. It doesn't start in the grocery store. Promise me, I promise you, when you get the mindset work part of this done, you will be successful, not only in managing how you take care of yourself and how well you will age as you're going through this aging process, but you can expand on this in every other aspect of your life. All you need is proof that you can manage your mind, and then trust me, you can put it in any other aspect of your life as well. Okay, I hope this is helping you. We are focusing from now until the end of this year, and we'll go into 2022 if we have to, on managing our mindset. So do me a favor, in the comment section, I want you to type this statement: I manage my mind, right? I manage my mind. A mind that is not managed is like a runaway train, and your brain will lead you down a path that will not be the path that you're choosing to go down if you don't manage it. So put in the comment section, I manage my mind, and then put well behind it, right? So that way we know that we are in control of that. And if you keep telling yourself that every day, then you'll default to managing your mind and not letting it run away from you. Okay, let's see who we have here today. I'll answer any questions you guys have. Sunny, good morning. Good to have you with us. Trust Style 40, good morning from North Carolina. Ashley, it's always good to see you. Patty, good to have you with us, girlfriend. You know, we're doing a lot of this work in our midlife mindset shift course. So glad to have you with us. Jackie, always good to have you as well. Mindy, haven't listened in for a while. I fell off the wagon and I'm ready to get back to it. I am back and inspired. Thanks, Diane. Yeah, Mindy, for sure. You know, this is the thing that we have to also remind ourselves about, the choices that we use, right? When we're speaking about our experiences and how it is, you know, life kind of happens. And what I want you guys to practice doing in this community is creating phrases for yourself that explain what's going in your life that is in a positive way, even if it feels like a negative thing. So Mindy, I'm going to use you as an example. So instead of saying that you fell off the wagon, because I have done many videos about the fact that if you're tired of falling off the wagon, get rid of the wagon, right? Donate it, sell it at a garage sale, whatever, because the wagon is the thing that we use as justification as to why we stopped doing something that's working for us, even when we know that that's not the best choice, because we have this thing, it's not even a real thing, that is socially acceptable for failure, right? And so what I want you to think about is, what if you just stepped away for a little while? Like I stepped away from intermittent fasting for a little while. Now I'm ready to step back in or toward it. And we stop using the fall off the wagon. Fall off the wagon is just letting yourself off the hook. I don't want you to let yourself off the hook. I want you to acknowledge that you stepped away, and then I want you to acknowledge that you're coming back. And that feels so much better in your brain than falling off the wagon. So thanks for saying that. Thanks for letting me put you up as an example, and then really work on the words that we use to describe what it is we're doing as far as choices in our life. Jody from Portugal, welcome, girlfriend. So good to have you. Jackie, find your why. It makes the difference. Yeah, the why is the really want part. Right? So why is it that you're doing what you're doing? And what I like to do when I'm coaching women one-on-one is ask the why until you get to the real why. Because oftentimes the why that we say just off the top of our head is superficial and doesn't really have a lot of emotional connection to it. So I ask why several times so that you as the individual woman can figure out what it is you really want, because the top why is usually the wants and the 10th why is usually the really want. So make sure you're doing that for yourself as well. Get down to that why that's going to make you feel emotionally connected to the decisions you're making, and what will happen is your posture changes, your energy changes, your optimism changes. So get to the really want by asking enough why. So thanks for pointing that out. Jackie, for sure. Betty, I manage my mind. Yes, you do, Betty. Jackie, I manage my mind. Yes, you do, Jackie. Jody, I manage my mind. Awesome. Okay, write that out on a piece of paper. Put it on screensaver on your phone, write it on the palm of your hand, and defer to that statement. I manage my mind. Anytime you feel like things are out of control or you're having a little self-trust issue, right? Trust that you know how to make the best decisions for you because you manage your mind and your thoughts. Awesome. I'm so excited for you guys. Renee, yes, you do. You manage your mind well. Jody, thank you. As I move into a new country and season, this is so needed. Yes, for sure. So many of us, I shared on Tuesday on Instagram, that my life is all new right now. We have been home for a year and a half. My daughter's back to school. We're waking up at different times. We have new stresses. We have new demands. Like, my entire schedule in my life has completely changed, and it's all for the good. But if I don't manage my mind around it and give myself some grace as I transition and really change my expectations and not feel disappointed and all of those things, I could go off the rails, right? Like, I could step away from doing all the things that I know are good for me, but I don't allow myself to go off the rails. I don't allow myself to use those words in describing the choices that I'm making for myself. And so I'm managing my mind and letting my schedule just naturally fall into place, so then I'll know where I can push and pull and ebb and flow so that I can get the results that I'm hoping for, and so that I can continue to wake up looking and feeling my best and doing it in my most authentic way. Oftentimes when we don't allow for that, we create this friction between our schedule and the demands and then the reality of what life is. So make sure you're doing that work as well, especially for a lot of you who are having new schedule demands and stuff right now. Betty, I manage my mind well. Yes, you do. Dawn, I manage my mind well. Okay, you all, I got proof right here that you are managing your mind well. Mindy, for sure. Awesome. Betty from New Jersey. Welcome, girlfriend. Glad to have you with us. I really needed to hear your message this morning. True facts. Good, good. And keep this, make sure you save this video. You can take the link and put it on your phone in a note, share it with a friend so you guys can be accountability partners. We're going to manage our minds this year. We're going to make sure that we as a community come out of 2021 and start 2022 on the right foot. We're not going to have any regrets. We're not going to create any excuses. We're not going to feel like we have to make up for lost time. We are going to hit the road running, and we're going to do that because we are going to manage our minds. Dawn, you are so helpful to me. Awesome, girlfriend. I'm so glad you're here with us. And remember, I have to manage my mind too. And when I'm managing my mind, I share with you guys what that looks like so you can benefit as well. Patty, no wagon. It definitely means you have given up on what you want. I am not giving up on me. I will and want to live my healthiest lifestyle so I can age and take care of me and still be active. Yes, girlfriend, for sure. No wagon. There's no wagons in this community, and there's no towels, right? So we don't fall off a wagon that doesn't exist, and we don't throw in the towels that don't exist either. So those are figurative things. They're made up. It's a society's way of letting you off the hook. We don't let ourselves off the hook. We do the work. And so I'm super happy for you, Patty. Honor God for life. I manage my mind. Yes, you do. You manage your mind well. Awesome. Love hearing it. Okay. So for those of you who aren't on my email list, who aren't part of our intermittent fasting for today's Aging Woman graduate community, we do have an entire community of graduates. I want you to make sure that you get on my email list so that you can jump in with us for our course in September. This is what I teach in the Intermittent Fasting for Today's Aging Woman course. I teach you how to manage your mind so that you can take advantage of all of the amazing benefits that intermittent fasting can provide for us. Yes, we know the health benefits. Yes, we know the reversing the signs of aging. Yes, we know all of the scientific data that is out there, but there are so many hidden gems about intermittent fasting that a lot of people don't talk about because it has to do with the philosophies, right? And the mindset around intermittent fasting and how it can create ease in your life, how it takes stress away, how it helps you heal mentally and emotionally about some things in your life because you're actually going to allow your body to feel things without stuffing emotions down. Emotions will rise, you'll feel healed, and you'll feel healthier in your mindset as a woman. It'll save you money. It's easy during stressful times. Like I'm leaning in hard right now to my fasting because everything is in just this total unrest. And oftentimes in the past, what I would do when things felt like they were in a chaotic state or they felt like they weren't really scheduled in is you default to busy, nervous, mindless consumption of things that then compound and then leave you feeling unhealthy and sick. And so what if you leaned into the energy and the mindfulness of what intermittent fasting can do with you? And again, I'm telling you this because if you get this down, if you can get this down right now, and you really understand how intermittent fasting can help you manage your mind and how managing your mind can help you with intermittent fasting, you can implement these strategies into every aspect of your life and you'll be able to thrive in every aspect of your life. So it's not just about food, it's about creating your most authentic life so you can look and feel your best in any situation for sure. Okay, Karen from Arkansas, girlfriend, good to have you with us. And then Arenga, hello. Okay, so that's it for today. I'm really trying to keep these around 30 minutes and it's been 28. Remember, you have the power to make the most informed decisions for you in any area of your life. If you're struggling with something like intermittent fasting, I am going to encourage you to do some work on how it is you're thinking about intermittent fasting and how your thoughts could be keeping you from what it is you say you really want. And you get to that really want when you're managing your mind well and you find that deep-seated why that's going to make you feel really excited about the choices that you're making and the opportunities that those choices are going to afford you. If you haven't already done so, I would really encourage you to jump into our September Intermittent Fasting for Today's Aging Woman course. It starts September 4th. I put a link in the comments. There's always information down below in the description box as well. Thank you for joining me here today on this Thursday. I will see you guys back here on Monday. If you need anything from me, always feel free to reach out. Just a little heads up also for my Passion Planner people. We use the Passion Planner here in this community. I do lots of videos around goal setting, starting in like November. This is the Passion Planner. They're launching their 2022 version, I think tomorrow. Make sure that you're on my email list because I'm sharing a discount for that. And also we'll be sharing what the features and benefits of the new versions are as well. I want to make sure you're in our Passion Planner community also because when you create goals around what you're passionate about, those goals are always so much easier and feel so much more rewarding when we actually accomplish those and achieve those. So have a great day. Have a fantastic weekend. Manage that mind, and I'll see you guys back here on Monday.